Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel, and today I just have another quick project share of some coasters I made using my Pine Street square pad from the Paper Studio. I'm trucking along with this pad and making a bunch of different little projects, so having a lot of fun with this paper. And last year with this pad, I had made a set of coasters using the Santa paper. I love the Santa paper and I loved how the coasters turned out, so I decided to make another set. And I have done tutorials on how to make these tile coasters. I will include those links to those in the description box below. But basically you just start with a 4-inch ceramic tile from like Lowe's. That's where I find mine. And the tiles are actually 4 1/4 inch square, but they're labeled as 4 inches whenever you go to the store. And then just use some dishwasher safe Mod Podge to coat the tile on the back of my paper. I put the paper on, coat it with some more Mod Podge, and then spray it with several coats of a triple thick clear glaze, which this then protects it even more and helps to prevent some of the sticking that you get if you have, like with the Mod Podge. When it gets wet, it doesn't dissolve, but it can get a little tacky. So the glaze just kind of helps with that, and it also gets rid of your brush strokes on your tiles. And then I went ahead and tied these up just to kind of show you how I package them for my craft shows. I usually use twine or ribbon depending on the paper, like what goes well with the paper. Sometimes I tie a bow, sometimes I just leave the tails like this to kind of, it goes with the more rustic feel. And then on the back I just do, right now I'm just using felt on the back of my tiles because I have such a huge stash of this felt that I'm trying to work through. So that was another set of the Santa ones that I made. And then I did do something a little different. I inherited some 4-inch tiles from my mother-in-law. They're working on redoing their house and had taken some tiles down from somewhere, and they were in really good shape. And so she asked if I could use them, and I'm like, absolutely, you know, free tiles. The only bad thing was that they were like they had like a speckle detail on them, you know, whereas these are just like solid, you know, clean white. These were like an off-white speckle, like with brown specks in them. And then the back side, they were, you know, they had come off cleanly, but they just didn't look as pretty. So I wanted to find a way to be able to use these and not see any of the tile. So I did some research on Pinterest and found a couple different variations of how people had completely covered their tile. And so kind of found a way that seemed to work for me. I'm still working out the kinks, so I'm not doing a tutorial on this just yet. But basically I just cut a 6-inch square of paper and then put Mod Podge on my tile, Mod Podge on the back, like center part of my paper, and put the tile down on it, let it sit and cure for just a bit, and then came through and, you know, folded up the edges and then folded them over, almost like if you were covering chipboard for a, you know, binder type cover for an album or journal or something like that. It's the same process. You miter your edges and your corners and you kind of fold it in. Like I said, I'm still working on the exact process, but it seemed to work out okay on this set. And I haven't sprayed it yet, but I did go ahead and I put the felt on because I wanted to show you that, you know, there is no part of the tile that's visible, except for every once in a while you may be able to peek in and see from, you know, the corner where it might be open. But I think these came out really well, and it's definitely a great way. It's a little more finished look than this style. So if you like that, then this might be a good way to do it. Or if you have a tile where you just don't want to see any of the tile for some reason, this is also a great way. So I'm going to play with it some more and kind of work out the kinks for my process. And once I do that, I will definitely share with you a better tutorial on how to do them. But right now I'm taking these all to our next craft show. So I just kind of wanted to share them with you now and at least show you what I did. So that was fun. That worked out really well. And I will do the same thing, you know, just tie these up with either some twine or ribbon, depending on what I have in my stash, and we'll package them as a set of 4. So that's my share for you guys today. I will link the tutorial on how to do this version in my description box below. But if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Otherwise, I thank you guys so much for your time today. And as always, I hope you're having a crafty week.